The fragrance I'm going to review today is Jean Paul Gaultier Popeye. I just picked this up about a couple of days ago. I've had it with me for like about, I say, 4 to 5 days now. I'm not a big fan of his collection, but this new limited edition by Jean Paul Gaultier Popeye, I'm a big fan of. And I'm telling you right now, this right here is crazy good. Before I get into all the details, you see this little platform that it's on. It's part of the container. So before I get into it, let me show you a quick note of the container. You have this mint bubblegum, bluish greenish color to this canister, and you have the logo within the front. You got Le Mans right here in the middle of it. Inside the canister, you have the holder to the neck of the bottle to keep it in place if you start to travel with this container or whatnot. That's it for the container itself. Again, you have this platform to hold it in place into the container. You can pop it off or pop it on however you like to hold it in place wherever you place your fragrances. So again, let me take this off and get into the notes. All right, this right here, to me, it's a beast. The scent itself. When I first smelt it, let me tell you first real quick, I blind bought this. Again, I'm not a fan of the collection, so I really don't own too many of his fragrances. So I blind bought this off of a website, and when I first got it, of course, I was crazy. I opened the container, smelt it, and I was like, wow, it's freaking crazy good. I mean, a little bit, the first opening does smell like it's original Le Mans, but it begins to dry down into its own sexiness. And I can tell you that this right here is sexiness in a bottle, gorgeousness in a bottle, and I can't get enough of this fragrance. I have had a lot of compliments left and right wearing this right here. Now, let me get into the performance of this fragrance. Now, if I were to rate this performance 1 out of 10, 10 being sexiest and most dominating performance you can find, I would have to give this a 7.5. It lacks on performance, it's not all that good, but it's not going to stop me from owning this. I say the first 2 hours, you'll get the most of this fragrance. You'll get the craziest, sexiest, the most gorgeous of this fragrance. The compliments I get were ridiculous. My wife went crazy when I wore this, and she always, date night, movie night, whatever, I have to have this on. Now I can say this is a panty dropper to you fellas out there. So if you haven't smelt it, go ahead and get yourself a bottle, even blind buy it. I did it and it worked out pretty good. The longevity of this fragrance is also pretty weak. I would give it a 7 out of 10 due to the fact that on my skin it lasts between 4 to 5 hours the max, and then it begins to come real close to the skin. But I myself carry a travel atomizer, and I take it with me wherever I go. So then again, I reapply it, a couple of sprays on my neck, on my skin, and I keep this fragrance going all night. So on to the versatility of this fragrance. Again, I would have to give it a 7 out of 10 due to the fact that I will wear this in the beach. I wouldn't recommend wearing it at work. It depends where you work at. I take this with me to the beach, sometimes outdoors, sports or whatnot. I just love it. I can't get enough of this fragrance, honestly, guys. I don't even know what else to say but sexiness in a bottle. And onto the projection of this performance. I mean, my bad. The projection of this fragrance. Man, these medications have me all crazy, but I needed to do this review, let you guys know about this beast right here. All right, back to this video. The longevity is pretty good, but I was at the projection, right? My bad. The projection of this fragrance is pretty good. I say arm length But when you go in and reach and try to give your girl a kiss on the cheek, a hug, or even a friend, or whatever you call them nowadays, man, they're gonna want to sniff your neck. My wife is constantly just around me. She can't get enough. When I first sprayed this on, even me, I would, on the way to the movies or out to dinner or wherever you guys go, you're gonna get the wind, the air is gonna pick this up, and you're gonna smell it yourself. It's gonna come back to you, and you're gonna be so shocked at how good this fragrance smells. I mean, it's amazing. What I get from this fragrance is a sweet bubblegumish vibe off of it, just like Paco Rabanne, Invictus, and the 1 Million. You get that, but then it becomes its own when the mint kicks in. It has mint, you got your clear sage, you have your tonka bean, your vanilla. I mean, I'm a big fan of all those notes, but I'm not too much of a fan of mint. But with everything else in here, mint works really good with it, so you don't even have to worry about it if you're not a mint fan like me. So before I get into it, you have Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male in the navy in this blue tin can, and they're pretty known for their packaging. Every fragrance that they release comes in a tin can like this, and that's pretty much it. You have Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male up top and in the navy right in the bottom, with this sexy sailor being the front of the tin can. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy. There you go, the bottle, just like all the Le Male bottles, comes with the pin at the neck to release in order to spray the trigger. So let's go ahead and put this down and spray this bad boy. I actually like this though, this red carpeting around the base of the fragrance to keep it up top. It's pretty cool. I know I'm weird like that. All right, let's go ahead and move the pin and let's see what this fragrance is all about. The new 2018 release, Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male in the navy. I like the atomizer. The spray's pretty good. Ooh, I could smell it already. Sweet. It is a sweet, a lot of peppermint. I haven't even put my nose on where I sprayed and I could smell that sweet peppermint sweetness coming from the vanilla. Definitely. Yes, this is good. Oh, I like the opening. That's, hopefully it doesn't change because the opening is gorgeous. That sweet vanilla opening with a fresh salty feel is gorgeous. And usually when fragrances open up so good, then within 30 minutes to an hour it turns and it starts to dry down quickly and it becomes synthetic and just garbage, and that shit honestly sucks. And this is a fragrance that opens up so gorgeous that hopefully it doesn't really turn into something like that. But again, guys, I get a lot of peppermint, of course vanilla surrounding the peppermint, giving a sweet touch to it. And man, this is good. Now, to me, I feel like this is a fragrance that's not going to be for everybody. Just smelling it, there are a lot of fragrances that are released that I tend to enjoy more than other people, and that I actually really love and enjoy, and other people tend to like just keep that in the back and then later on come around to it. And just telling you guys, this is good. This is really good. The opening is gorgeous. That sweet minty vanilla. I don't know if mint is a note on here, but to me this carries the same DNA as the other flankers of Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male, which gives it that mint type of feel. This opens up with a lot of peppermint and a little bit of vanilla, giving it a sweet peppermint type of feel like that. But oh my god, this is gorgeous. A little bit of masculinity. I love the opening of this fragrance. Like I said, this is not for everybody, so do not blind buy right after this video. I'm not trying to hype it up. I spent my own money on this fragrance. I actually have another bottle on its way, but I did some decanting with some friends, so that is for that, and this is for me. This is really good. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break.
I have some errands to go do, maybe go have lunch and be out and about. I will come back and let you know how the dry down is. Now I'm not going to give you no ratings on how the performance or the sillage is or anything like that, just how the dry down is and how it develops. All right guys, so keep it right there. All right guys, welcome back. So I just had lunch and went to go do some errands, hit up the post office. A lot of people know me at the post office because I'm always sending packages out, and I actually got my first compliment for this fragrance actually, and she was a new person. She's been there for like 2 days. I've seen her for like 2 days, and I was giving her my packages, my arms moving around back and forth. I've sprayed it right here and then on my wrist just to see what it has or whatnot. She actually gave me a compliment that I smell really good today, and of course, if somebody tells me I smell good and I just want to jump in and start talking fragrances. But I did tell her what I was wearing. She didn't actually ask me what I was wearing. She just said, you smell really good. And I started telling her what I was wearing or whatnot. Kind of, yeah, I took her on a little journey. But my first compliment with 2 sprays of this juice. It's been a couple of hours now, and that peppermint note is still, that peppermint vibe is still noticeable. I feel like it's not disappearing either. It's not drying down, but definitely I get more of that ambergris and that vanilla feel to it. It does carry itself with a little masculinity. I like it. This is a fragrance I like. This is a fragrance that I find myself wearing on a casual setting. Nothing too formal. I feel like I could take this on with me to the fall in the daytime due to that sweet vanilla vibe I get in the mid. Great fragrance. I like it. I'm not gonna hype it up. This is not a hype video. I don't care if people that tried it don't like it and think I'm full of crap, because this is my honest opinion. I actually like this fragrance. There's a lot of fragrances that other people love that I do not like. So everybody to each of their own, to their own opinion. But if you're a huge fan of the house of Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male, this is a fragrance you need to get your nose on.